Saddle up, partner. We're about to take a wild ride through the tumbleweeds of cinema history as we corral the most cringe-worthy and yawn-inducing Western movies of all time. Get ready to lasso some laughter and facepalm aplenty in this roundup of the worst Westerns ever to hit the big screen.
The worst.
From questionable plotlines to shootouts that miss the mark, these films are sure to disappoint. First up, we have Shalako from 1968. Despite having big names like Sean Connery and Brigitte Bardot, this film falls flat. The story of a European hunting party in the American West is bogged down by poor casting and a weak script. The awkward chemistry between Connery and Bardot, coupled with lackluster dialogue, makes this movie a true disappointment.
I knew your name.
Who did?
Mr. Wells.
Is that who that was? Are you the Countess?
I am the Countess. Irina Lazar.
Oh, you said there was one.
Who said?
The army. They want you people out of here.
Why?
Because you don't belong here. Whoa.
What?
Shut up.
Next on our list is The Frisco Kid from 1979. This movie stars Gene Wilder as a Polish rabbi and Harrison Ford as an outlaw. It aimed for humor and adventure, but missed the mark entirely. The narrative fails to engage, and the performances are far from compelling. As Gary Arnold of The Washington Post said, the finished film obliterates whatever promise of novelty.
Canada School for Rabbis in Poland.
So, cowboy, I am sending you to San Francisco.
Where is San Francisco?
By New York.
The rabbi was fresh off the boat and ready to discover the joys of the world, like earning a living. Even though his new friend
We just robbed the bank!
was in a completely different line of work.
What do you mean we?
Whenever things got really tough,
Bring him out!
The Appaloosa, 1966, features Marlon Brando in a forgettable Western about a man trying to retrieve his stolen horse from a Mexican bandit. Despite Brando's talent, the film's weak storytelling, bland characters, and cultural inaccuracies earned it a spot among the worst Westerns ever made.
Put out the light. If you holler once, I'm gonna blow your arms off.
If I do not go down, they will come up. They will kill you.
The Kentuckian from 1955 is another dud. Directed by and starring Burt Lancaster, this film is plagued by a slow, dragging plot and a lack of action. Walter Matthau's over-the-top performance as the villain didn't help either. The film failed to capture the essence of the Western genre.
How long now, Pa? How many more days?
We ain't much more than started.
Comes A Horseman, 1978, starring Jane Fonda, is yet another Western that missed the mark. Criticized for its sluggish pacing and lack of typical Western energy, this film follows two ranchers fighting against a powerful land baron. Unfortunately, the premise couldn't save the film from its many flaws.
they call it the Heartland, where people cherish the simple life.
You're sure right about this place, Frank. I ain't ever seen such a pretty place.
From this magnificent land comes the rugged spirit of proud people.
This season's gonna hold the worst work we ever done. It's gonna be worse than last year.
Comes the greed of the rich and powerful.
Cattle will cover this basin the way buffalo did in my grandfather's time.
Death Rides a Horse, 1967, is disappointing due to its visibly fake studio backgrounds, which detract from the authenticity. Lee Van Cleef's performance can't save the weak storyline about a vengeful ex-outlaw seeking his family's killers. This film is a prime example of a Western gone wrong.
Death rides a horse. When you've waited 15 years to find a man, it's a shame you can only kill him once.
Lastly, we have The Way West from 1967. Directed by Andrew V. McLaglen and starring Kirk Douglas, this film is criticized for its inconsistent storytelling and over-reliance on stunning scenery, neglecting character development. The story of a wagon train journey to Oregon is filled with challenges, but the film fails to make the journey compelling.
With Mr. Tadlock's very kind permission, we'll see if we can go get ourselves killed. You want to?
You try to take my boy with your rules, I'll bury you. Right here where we stand. Hitch up those wagons. We still got 3 hours of daylight, and the Oregon Liberty train keeps moving.
And nothing in hell could stop them. On the 16th of April, 1843, the sun rose in the east and raced the first Oregon Liberty train across the untracked land, emblazoning across the sky the names of the men and the women who took
So there you have it, folks, the all-time worst Western films that left us shaking our heads. Which one do you think is the absolute worst? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more movie rundowns. See you next time, partner.